are back with another video, and today is one that I'm really excited about because this is going to be a vlog of my midterm break for February. So I am off school for this entire week. Today is Monday the 21st of February. So I'm going to be doing a few things. I'm going to be doing lots of reading, hopefully, and I decided to take you guys along with me for the journey, vlog the experience, and just like vlog everything I do this week. So I am really excited about this. This is also going to be like to update you guys on my reading at the minute. So yeah, I think I'll get started by talking about my current read, which is still Les Misérables by Victor Hugo. I did go back to this after finishing Northern Lights in the last reading vlog that you guys would have seen, and I am still in love with this. I just think like the writing is superb and stuff. Without like giving too much spoilers, since the last time I spoke to you, I don't know if I mentioned her in the last vlog actually, but we were introduced to the character of Fantine, who, she honestly had my whole heart. Like, she went through so much in so little time as well. And she just didn't deserve, like, anything of what happened to her, honestly. And she just had my whole heart, like, from the minute she was introduced. So I just really, I don't know, resonated with her and fell for her character. And then Jean Valjean is just amazing. I'm just so glad like he's protagonist of this book. He's so amazing and so remarkable, and like so determined to do good for others, even when like he has guards chasing him, like Javert as a policeman in the book, who's like chasing him down all the time, trying to take him away and bring him back to prison, and expose him as the convict that he is. But he is so determined to do good, to help people, to help Fantine and her daughter, who we also found out about, which was Cosette. And she is staying with the Thénardiers, who are like this family that they're not really nice, at least the parents anyway. I can't comment too much on the two like daughters that they have, but they're just really mean, especially to like her daughter, who they're supposed to be looking after. They treat her like crap, they beat her, they basically have her like a slave. She has to do like all the housework, she has to go collect water for them like in the dark night, and it's just so horrible. And so she's my whole heart as well. Honestly, this book just has my heart like going all the time. And there, one thing with this book is you kind of spend a lot of time with each little thing that happens in the book, because the way Victor Hugo writes is very, very detailed, like down to the littlest details. Like, he's so detailed, and it is really, really, like, it does give you the whole picture. It is very descriptive, very beautiful, but sometimes it can get, like, a bit much. Like, there was a big portion of the book, about 50 pages long earlier on, that was all about the Battle of Waterloo, and it had nothing to do with what was going on in the plot at the time, and it was like this big digression where it just stepped away from the main plot and went to talk about the Battle of Waterloo. So I know I had heard about people talking about that before. I believe there's another one that I'll have to deal with in the future about like the Paris sewers or something, like the sewer system. So I don't know, but like I managed to trudge my way through the Waterloo section, and I did like enjoy it, and I definitely know more about the Battle of Waterloo now than I ever did before, like, because I didn't really know much about it before. I just knew it was some battle that Napoleon lost at. I know everything now about the Duke of Wellington and like the battlefield layouts and like how the French lost and all the people that died and loads of the people that were in the French army, and it was a lot. But one thing that this book has gotten me really interested in, it was something that I was kind of briefly interested in before, but it's definitely bringing out my interest in it a lot more, is obviously the French Revolution, because this book is set like shortly after that in and around the French Revolution. So it's like still a very, very prominent part of the book. And I'm finding myself researching things. Like the other day I was on history.com for about 2 hours just reading loads about the French Revolution and Napoleon and like researching. And the notes in this book, as I mentioned, do help too. But it's getting me really interested in the French Revolution. So I am just loving, honestly, everything this book is bringing to my life right now. So that's Les Misérables. I do have some other books that I will probably be reading. One is Revelations, which I did not get to in my last vlog, so I definitely should be reading that this week. And then I can return it to the library once I'm done. But yeah, that's just to start this vlog to talk about Les Mis, where I'm at with the minute. I'm on page 356, so I still have a long way to go. I am going to see the musical tomorrow night, which I am so excited about. I will talk to you guys about it tomorrow, maybe, or Wednesday, depending on how late I get home. But I don't know, I probably won't be able to vlog too much because it's a show that won't let you vlog. But I might be able to vlog like going in and maybe the stage. I'll see. I'll try to fill you in as much on like the musical as I can. So I was hoping originally I'd have this all read by the time I got to see the musical, but honestly it just wasn't working, and I was finding I really needed to take like my time with this book, which is honestly why I might have to during the week I kind of go from this and back to it. I don't know if I'm gonna have this finished by March now, which may be a problem because it was recently announced that Tizadam Readathon is happening for a second time, so I will probably be, well, I am going to be participating in that. So Les Misérables, I don't know, if I don't have it finished by March, I'll be getting a bit stressed, but I am going to spend a lot of time with it, like, throughout the rest of the month, and other than this book, I'm just going to be reading, like, one or two others anyway. So that's it for today's clip, and I'm gonna talk to you guys again. Okay, so hello everyone. It is now Tuesday, and today is a very exciting day because I get to see the musical of Les Mis tonight, and I'm honestly so excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Even though I'm not like finished the book yet, like I'm still excited to see it. I know it probably will like spoil some of the remainder of the book for me now, but honestly, it's fine. I'll live. But I'm still gonna like work my way through the rest of the book even after I see the musical. But I'm just so excited because I've heard great things. The only songs that I know from the musical are I Dreamed the Dream and On My Own. And I only know them because of Glee. Like after that, I don't know any of the rest of the songs. But I do have updates for the book of Les Mis because I've just made it up to book 4 of part 2. This book, because it's so long, is divided into several parts. So I'm currently on part 2, Cosette, and we're seeing a lot more of her character at the minute. She's only a child at the minute. I don't know, I think she might like grow older as the book progresses, but we'll see. But she's a child at the minute. She's been treated very poorly by the Thénardiers, who were supposed to look after her, but they've treated her like crap, and Jean Valjean is coming to her rescue. I love Jean Valjean. He is... like, he's just such an amazing main character. He's so kind, and after everything he's been through, and, you know, he's policemen trying to hunt him down all the time, he's still, like, so determined to do good to others and help the world. And honestly, like, he doesn't deserve everything that's happened to him either. Like, none of the main characters in this book are, like, having well lives. Like, there's been so much sadness and despair right from the get-go in this book, and it really touches into like a lot of emotions, this book, of like, you know, like desperation, despair, like sadness and loneliness and hopelessness, and just very like deep stuff. And suffering is a huge theme in this book. Like, I just think it's so stunning so far and so beautiful. The writing is superb. I've loved everything that's happened so far, and I just love like the France setting as well. Like, I know it's kind of old-timey France. I actually used to go to France every year when I was younger, so I kind of didn't like, I've never been to like Paris or anything, but I did go to like kind of areas of France where you just kind of stay at like, you know, mobile homes and stuff. But I did like France whenever I did go there, and I just like love the culture, and just France. I think it's a really beautiful place. All of it. And I'm just really enjoying this book. Even the long digressions, like yesterday I mentioned like the whole like 50-page like digression where Victor Hugo just stepped away from the plot for a while and went on to talk about the Battle of Waterloo. I don't even mind that because it's all done so well, although that was very complex, and especially to wrap my head around like the layout of the battlefield and stuff. But it is like all worth it, and like I've heard of people skipping that section. I would not skip any of this book. I'm just trying to trudge my way through all of it. Like if I'm gonna spend the time reading a book this long, I have to see like all of it, take in all of it, devour all of it. But yeah, I'm really, really loving it at the minute, and it's just so beautiful. And I'm honestly in awe of this book. Like, I cannot get over how well crafted this book is, and I'm so glad I decided to read it. Obviously, my motivation for reading it was seeing the musical. I did plan to have it finished by then, but it's fine. So I'm looking forward to seeing the musical tonight. I am going to be going out for coffee in like a few hours. It's currently 20 to 1 on Tuesday. So I will vlog going out for coffee later. I'll try to vlog some of me going into the show tonight, but I'm not sure how much I'll be like allowed to film once we're in there, because obviously I can't film the show, but I could film the stage setup if I can. I'll try to film as much like aesthetic stuff like and just like vlog as much as I can today, but we will see. And then tomorrow, I think when I'm a bit more well rested, I can tell you guys what I thought of the musical. But I'm enjoying working my way through the book at the minute. In terms of what I'm watching lately, because you guys know by now, I always love letting you in on what I'm currently watching. I have been working my way through the newest season of Dynasty, which just recently dropped. Well, actually, it's a few months now, but it dropped on Netflix like a while ago because we get it very later over here. But I honestly love Dynasty. Like, this is the new show with Elizabeth Gillies. Iconic. I love her. I love Sam. I love Alexis. I love, yeah, all the characters basically. It's just so iconic, and like honestly, Elizabeth Gillies is my favorite part of that show. She's amazing. She's an icon. She is so funny in it. So fierce. Oh, I love her. She slays as Fallon in like Dynasty. I honestly love it. So I've been working my way through that. I'm nearly finished season 4, and then I'll have to wait for season 5 to come out. But it's a really good season, much better than season 3, and so much drama as per usual. And the episode I just watched today was quite sad actually. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And I've also been working my way through, I love like the Marvel films, but there's actually a lot of them I haven't seen. So I've been going back and kind of watching the ones I haven't seen and just rewatching some others. So I watched The Incredible Hulk, which I hadn't seen before. Really, really enjoyed that one. I watched Iron Man 2 and 3, which Iron Man 2 I thought was okay, but Iron Man 3 I wasn't a big fan of, sadly. And I also watched Thor, which I really, really liked, and rewatched The Avengers, but I didn't really remember much of The Avengers anyway, so it was like watching it for the first time. So yeah, I'm just really enjoying going back on them, and I'll be excited when Doctor Strange 2 comes out. I just love the Marvel films. But like, yeah, that's like just to fill you guys in on where I'm at today, and I will see you guys later, and you will see in the following clips how the rest of my day goes. Okay, so hello everyone. It is now Thursday, and the last time I spoke to you was on Tuesday morning, so I have obviously quite a bit to bring you up to date on. So obviously Tuesday night I went to see the musical of Les Misérables on stage in the Burgosh NRD Theatre in Dublin. And it was amazing, you guys. It was so good. I honestly, it did like spoil a lot of what I haven't read in the book yet, but honestly, it didn't even matter because I was just so like amazed by it, and the music was amazing. The cast, like in the particular version I saw, were fantastic. I thought they were all amazing at singing. You'll see, like, I put a little clip in of the booklet, like, in a few clips back, where I was just kind of showing you guys the cast and stuff. But it was amazing. This is the program which I bought this time, because the last time I went to a musical, which was Heathers, I never got the program, but I got it this time. And I'm gonna tell you guys, like, right off the bat what my favorite songs are, just like from my first time seeing it. So I think right off the bat my favorite songs are I Dreamed a Dream by Fantine, of course, she sings that. Bring Him Home, Oh My God, by Jean Valjean. That was fantastic. And it honestly brought me to tears, that song. And a few other people too, I could hear throughout the musical a lot, like people getting very emotional. And of course, On My Own. Oh my God, amazing. I love that. And Empty Chairs at Empty Tables. Those are like my favorite songs right now. Yeah, I really like them. And One Day More. But honestly, all of it was amazing. The one thing I wasn't expecting, but I really liked it in the end, was I didn't know that there was absolutely like, well, one or two like little phrases, but most of the musical like was all singing. Like it was all singing. There was no talking, and I was like, okay, like even conversations were sung. But honestly, it worked really well for the story, and I think like because like the book, from what I've read so far, is so like magical and stuff, it just has like really a musical feel to it. And so I think it really like works well for like presenting the story and stuff. So that was a musical. It was absolutely amazing. I am in awe of it. The set design as well, the costumes, oh, amazing. I just could not get over it. Like the whole, what, like 3 hours? Fantastic. Absolutely adored it. That is that. And then yesterday, yeah, Wednesday, I didn't speak to you either. So yesterday morning, I was planning on speaking to you guys about the musical, but I didn't then because I was in a rush to go places. So I just went for coffee yesterday, which you would have seen in a clip. And then after that, which is what I want to talk about, is I went to the cinema to see Marry Me, which I hadn't really like heard much about this film. I just randomly came across a trailer for it on YouTube one day, and it was just like a rom-com with Jennifer Lopez and Owen Wilson. I was like, that looks good actually. I might go see it, because I absolutely love rom-coms, like no matter how cheesy they get, especially like Netflix rom-coms I love. So I decided to go see it. I was like, why not? There was only like literally the cinema was so empty. So obviously not a lot of people wanted to see it at the time that I saw it, but anyway, I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't like fantastic. Like I was expecting it to be a little better than it was, but for what it was, I think it worked well and it was cute, and I just really liked Jennifer Lopez in the role. I thought she was really good, but basically like she's like this really popular superstar, which she is anyway. But like in the film, her character Kat is like this really famous, singer, and she is dating this guy, played by Maluma, and he is Bastion, another famous singer. And they released a song called "Marry Me" together, like the name of the film, "Marry Me." And basically, they're having a concert where they're gonna sing this song to one another and get married. But then, just about as she's going, just before she goes on stage to perform, she sees a video that has emerged online that everyone's talking about of him cheating on her with her assistant. So obviously then she's like, no, I can't marry him. And so she randomly sees Owen Wilson's character in the audience, who just has a sign saying "Marry Me" for the song. But in her head, she's just like, okay, sure, why not? And so they get married right there and then, and they don't know each other. They're complete strangers. And then, like, obviously, they fall in love. And it's just such a cute film. And if you get a chance to see it, I would say, like, do if you like rom-coms. But it certainly isn't as good as some other rom-coms I have, like, seen recently. But it was still enjoyable, and I still had a good time with it. And I did like some of the songs in the film too. So there you go. That is that. And as for my reading, the last thing I'll talk about, I am obviously still reading Les Misérables, the book. And I'm a lot more through it now. I'm like 433 pages in. No, 432 pages in. Yeah. And I'm still adoring it. Honestly, you guys, I know, like, I'm still, well, relatively early on in what massive book this is. But I feel like I'm making good progress now, right? But anyway, honestly, right now, my prediction for this book is already 5 stars. I just, like, the writing in this book is so amazing, which obviously, like, the writing being an amazing, like, that's really good. But the characters as well are fantastic. And I just, like, have never, like, been so in awe of, like, characters in my life. And, like, it's such, like, an emotional journey, like, this book. And it just, like, has a lot to say about life. And it's just so unlike anything else I've read, and so, 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 so well crafted that I'm honestly, like, I'm like, how is this real? Like, it is just unbelievably good. And it's also like, something I didn't mention but probably should have, is it's very good for me imagining everything in my head because of how descriptive the writing is. And even though, like, yes, at points he describes things probably more than needs to be, or more than other authors would, and goes into, like, the nitty-gritty details of a lot of things, but honestly, it's worth it, and it gives such a, like, magical and this imaginative feel to the whole book, and I just adore it, and I love it. And yes, it's an emotional journey, but it is so worth it so far. But because I'm still reading Les Mis, I probably will over the weekend put another pause on it, like I did with Northern Lights, and read Revelations because it needs to go back to the library next month. But I don't want that to be part of my March TBR, because my March TBR is for Tizadam Read a Song. So that is my plan, reading wise. So now that I've brought you up to date on everything, this clip is a bit longer because it would have been what was the other clips. I just had to bring you up to speed. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it at for today, and I'll pick up the vlog again tomorrow. Okay, so hello everyone. It is Saturday, February 26th. Yes. And I have a bit to update you guys on, because I didn't get to speak to you yesterday because it was a busy day once again. I'm finding that, like, I made this vlog, like, to document my midterm, and then I'm getting so busy with things I'm doing over midterm that I just forget to vlog. So there'll be one little aesthetic clip which you'll see after this clip that I did film yesterday, but that's about it. So right now I want to update you guys with a few things, because I have made a good bit more progress with Les Mis, the book, obviously, and I'm nearly to page 500, and my plan is, once I get to page 500 of the book, I'm going to switch over to Revelations by Melissa De La Cruz, which, if you would have seen my last reading vlog, I was originally going to read that I can't speak. I was originally going to read this book towards the end of last month, but I didn't get time, so I am going to read it hopefully before the month ends. Now, I know that seems like a bit much, but honestly, it's a super short book. It's like 264 pages long, and the font is pretty big. And I have read the first two books in this series. This is the Blue Blood series. I forgot to say what it was. I don't know if I documented this in the summer, but I read Blue Bloods and Masquerade, which are the first two books in this series. Basically, it's a vampire series of books, and they're called like the Blue Bloods, just these teens that become vampires, and there's all like this, you know, rivalry and war, and there's also like these special type of like vampires, the Silverbloods, that kill other vampires that are highly dangerous. So there's all of that stuff going on. The last book was very tense. I gave the first two books 4 stars, so they were just like fun, quick reads, but not like worth the 5 stars. But they were very fun, quick reads. And usually I'm not a big fan of vampire books, but I've liked the first two of these. So this is the third one, and I got it from the library as I did with the first two. And I'll be excited to see how I find this, because I did really like the first two books. So yeah, I'm going to read this as soon as I get to page 500 of Les Mis. But I want to talk about what I recently read of Les Mis. So since the last time I spoke to you, Victor has gone once again on another quite lengthy digression, which was all about these nuns in this convent that we're currently like, you know, set in the book, like we've just come across. And it was going on and on for ages about like the nuns and their practices, and also like these school children, like these girls that stay with them, but they don't really allow like men into the convent, apart from like bishops and the gardener. So it went on for a very, very long time, and some of it was interesting, all well written, obviously. Like, as I said, this book is beautiful writing, but a lot of it I just didn't care for, and it was really boring me for a while. And the last few chapters that I just read before coming on here weren't really so much to do with that. He was just kind of talking about random stuff, really. Like, I don't even know what, like, just all this random, like, dark stuff, and it was really, really trippy, and I was just like, okay, like obviously it was stuff that he witnessed and saw happening, but it was just like, okay. And like it's late at night as well, like it's 20 to 10, and I'm just here like, you know, delirious because last night I didn't go, and Friday too, Friday and Saturday I literally didn't go to bed till 1 in the morning because I was up like doing things and lost track of the time. And so I'm just wrecked today, and I'm going to try to go to bed shortly after this clip. But honestly, like, I don't know, it was just really trippy, and I'll be looking forward to when we get back to the plot, because like normally the digressions that I've read so far I don't mind, because they're still well written and still relevant to like, you know, history and stuff that was going on at the time in France. But that was just a bit weird, and honestly, I think after the digression I mentioned about like the nuns in this convent, I think he honestly could have gone back to the plot then, but instead he's chosen to include another section, because I'm on book 7 of part 2, which is parentheses, and it's just a lot of random stuff. And honestly, I just want to get back to the story. So still loving this, but I don't know, just last few chapters, sorry Hugo, not for me. But I will be excited when we get back to the plot, because it is getting really tense at the minute and really emotive. Like, this book is so emotive and breaks my heart into a million pieces time and time again. And like, I don't mean to sound dramatic, you guys, but honestly, this book is changing my life, and I just like, I'm so grateful for it so far, and it's amazing, and I just adore it. It's fantastic. Stunning. Can't get over how good it is. Love it. So that is that. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this little clip for probably today, because I don't see myself filming any more clips tonight because I'm just wrecked. But I am going to make an effort to film a lot tomorrow. And that tomorrow is the last day of my midterm break, but I've decided to also include Monday because it's just the last day of the month. Do you know, it kind of makes sense, but the content of this vlog, just to include that. So this vlog will go until the end of February, and then we shall have the Tizadam Readathon vlogs. They are going to be happening. I put a poll on Instagram the other day, and people voted, majority of people voted yes. So I am going to be doing Tizadam Readathon vlogs again this year. So that'll probably be the next videos you see after this one. Well, maybe. I don't know, depending on when I get this up. But yeah, that's it for this clip.
So helpful. I just want a chance to prove how important you are to me. I just need the weekend. Please.
I'm not ready to make any promises. But okay.
Okay, so hello everyone. I just needed to film this quick wrap-up clip to the vlog. So basically in this clip, it is now a few days later. It's actually the 1st of March as I'm speaking to you, which obviously means the readathon, Tizadam Readathon, which I mentioned earlier in the video, has started, and I need to move on to my next set of vlogs. So I want to wrap up this vlog, and basically because my midterm is now over, I've gone back to school, midterm's over, I want to discuss overall how my midterm went, but before I do that, I want to obviously give final reading updates for Les Mis, which I've been talking about throughout this vlog. And also I want to spend a bit of time talking about Revelations, which I started yesterday, the last day of the month, and read a lot of. I spent the whole day reading and didn't get a chance to film. So I'm going to finish this, hopefully, the first day of March, so which is today. So you'll see that in my Tizadam Readathon vlogs. It's not part of my TBR, but I'm just going to finish it so that my February reads are finished. But so I'm going to get started with talking about just a quick one, like more update for Les Mis. So as I said, the last part that I was reading when I spoke to you on Saturday was quite philosophical and just had a lot going on, but it got like very, very good, because at first, like, the start of it was just a bit weird and trippy, as I would call it, but it got a lot better. And Victor Hugo kind of went into talking about like really deep things like prayer. What is the meaning of prayer? What is the significance of it? And, you know, talking about like the infinity of prayer and of God and the soul and a lot of religious stuff. And then he also went into talking about death and how we, you know, we can't deny that we're all going to die, and talking about death and the afterlife. Really deep stuff. And then he went into talking about the human soul and the human mind and what he thinks of them. And it was very, very interesting. And a lot of his kind of opinions on it were kind of, you know, my opinions on it too. And yeah, I really, really liked that. It was really interesting. Even though it had nothing to do with the story, it was just kind of nice to hear his thoughts on that and the amazing writing that he has. I'm gonna see if I can find a little bit to read out. See, I don't want to like read anything that's like giving away too much. So, okay, I have it. Okay, it says, certain faculties of mankind are directed towards the unknown. Thought, imagination, prayer. The unknown is an ocean. What is conscience? It is a compass in the unknown. Thought, imagination, prayer. These are great mysterious radiances. Let us respect them. Where do these majestic radiances of the soul go? Into the darkness, that is to say, towards the light. The greatness of democracy is to deny nothing and to repudiate nothing of humanity. Close to the rights of man, alongside them, at least, are the rights of the soul. So there we go. And then it also says further down, we have a duty to work on the human soul, to defend mystery against miracle, to adore the incomprehensible and reject the absurd, to admit as inexplicable only what we must, to purge belief, to cull religion of superstition. So there you go. make of that what you will in your own way. But I thought it was very, very good. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with what he had to say there. And then we did kind of just go back to the story, but I only read like one chapter of that part. Because I'm putting Les Mis down, obviously, for a little bit, just for the start of Tis a Damn Readathon. But it also has moved into my March TBR now as well, obviously, because, yeah, just, that's all I need to say, just look. So, that's why I'm also going to be reading this in March. But, you know, it's fine. I'll just read it, get through it. But we did go back to the story, and there wasn't really much to comment on. Just we're with Jean Valjean again. Fauchelevent is in the book at the minute, and I don't know what to make of his character. Yeah, I think he's like a changed man, especially from what Victor was saying about him. But yeah, I don't know what to make of his character. But that's all I have to say about Les Mis. And then just to talk about Revelations by Melissa De La Cruz. So as I was saying when I mentioned this a few days ago, this is the third book in the Blue Blood series, which I read the first two books, Blue Bloods and Masquerade, in the summer. Really enjoyed both of them, gave them both 4 stars. They're just like fun vampire books about, you know, these glamorous teen vampires. And so far, I'm really enjoying this. I'm so happy to be back with these characters. I actually really enjoyed the characters in these books, you know. The main character, her name is Skylar. I like her. There's also Mimi, who's like the mean girl, or like, you know, the Regina George of this series. And even though she's not a nice person, I kind of love her, or love to hate her at least. I don't know. And then like her Skylar's friend Oliver I like, and there's also like another one of her friends, Bliss, who's like from Texas. And you know, I just really like the characters in this book. And I love also what I was thinking last night when reading a lot of this was I love the vibes. Maybe it's just because I was reading it late at night and it was such a vibe. But honestly, I just love the vibes like in this series, in particular in this one so far. Just the vibes of like this glamorous city in Manhattan, and just their glamorous vampire lives, you know, they're these glamorous people by day, rich people, and then these vampires by night. Well, they're kind of vampires all the time, but you know, I really, really like it. Also, I don't know, like, this cover, I don't want to say anything, but I don't know. Like, if you've read this series, I don't know if anyone has, this cover has me going like, but I don't want to say what it is. But, you know. Anyway, but I don't even know if anyone's read this series, so probably nobody will get what I just said. But if you have read this series and you've read this one, anyway, yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm just happy to be back with the characters. There was also a lot of action in the last few, like the last bit I read. There was a lot of action. And I also really like how this book is not like, you know the way like when you have a book, like you obviously have lots of characters, well, most books, but you normally have a protagonist. The main character that you follow the most, you know more about than the other characters, and the other characters are just there for kind of interactions and maybe love interests and things. Whereas this book gives equal amount of time to all of its characters. Each of its characters gets chapters and chapters worth of content, and you know it switches. Like one chapter can be about Skylar, who I would say is kind of the main character, but to be honest, there's no real main character in this series. Maybe Skylar, like they do try to kind of brand her as the main character, but the others, they're all kind of main, you know. But one chapter you be following Skylar and her thoughts and everything, and what's going on with her, and then you'd be following Mimi and what's going on with her, and then you'd be following Bliss and what's going on with her. So it's really, really nice that like they give such amount of devotion to each of its characters, really flesh them out, really develop them. And I think that's really nice. And I think that's one thing that really stands out to me with this series so far, particularly in this one so far. So I'll be excited to finish that, hopefully today, but you'll see that in my next vlog. So, as for my midterm, then, I had the loveliest midterm, you guys. Obviously, you would have seen a lot of my midterm in the vlog. I did try to kind of include everything I was doing. But there were some other little bits. Like, I went out for coffee, you know, a good few times, and it was really nice. And I actually did buy some new books. I bought Verity, by Colleen Hoover, and I also bought The Great Gatsby. So I got 2 new books this month, and that was nice over midterm. And obviously, Les Misérables, I spoke about, was amazing. So, all in all, I had a really, really nice midterm, and I'm really grateful that I had the nice week I had. And I hope that you guys enjoyed following me on my midterm break, and I hope that you like this vlog. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my March reading vlog.